My first concern is about personal development and social integration. Suppose we live in a bubble of a 15-minute radius and socialize only with people from the same socioeconomic class. We might miss out on opportunities to improve ourselves and help create an integrated, diverse community. But on the other hand, by mixing and meeting with people from different walks of life, we can challenge ourselves and broaden our thoughts and ideas. Commuting time may still be long, but electronic gadgets can make it more bearable. For example, we can listen to a podcast, YouTube video, or audiobook during the commute. My second concern is gentrification. If an old part of an established city is redeveloped into a modern, convenient neighborhood with luxury housing, those who can afford it remain and enjoy the convenience. But the others who can't, often the city's long-term residents, are displaced and replaced with a homogeneous group of the wealthy. If a brand new city of convenience like Songdo is built on an empty field, only people from surrounding areas with money can move there, leaving behind the poorer residents and thus making the surrounding areas poorer. In this way, building 15-minute cities can create a divide between those who can afford the new neighborhood and those who cannot. It might start as a fine line, but could end up as a wall of segregation. My third concern is othering. The 15-minute city fosters walking, biking, and public transport, which is certainly healthy and environmentally friendly. Driving is not prioritized or encouraged. But some groups like the sick, elderly, and children need a car to get around. And if they drive, they might feel marginalized and be looked down upon by others. This is called othering. Your arthritic mom might be categorized as an other, and your dad with a herniated disc too, as will your teenage son with achy joints after a sports match, your daughter with period pain, people suffering from plantar fasciitis, those who cannot tolerate the cold, disabled people, and the list goes on. In Korean culture, we are highly sensitive about what is socially acceptable behavior, and as a result, tend to judge others. I fear that with the new mobility norm put forth by the 15-minute city, we will judge each other even more harshly. Concern number 4, third parties that shape your life. Can I truly get everything I need within a 15-minute radius if I live in a 15-minute city? Who could possibly predict the full extent of my needs? The 15-minute city concept, in its purest form, naturally requires the existence of third parties that shape your life. City planners and other third parties would determine what residents need and should have access to, and what should be built. They would shape your desires and your living standards. To ask for anything more could earn you the label of greedy or selfish, and you might wind up being publicly shamed. Just think about hobbies that you and your friends have and how niche they are. What if you want to learn an uncommon instrument like a contrabass when they don't think it's necessary for your community? We will lose uniqueness and variety of life. Concern number 5, the restriction of movement. As I mentioned earlier, transforming every city into a 15-minute one is impossible, and building new 15-minute cities for no compelling reason does more harm than good. But what if governments refuse to admit the reality and are stubbornly clinging to their plans? What if governments try to classify a city as a 15-minute city when it falls far short of the conveniences necessary to earn this title? What if you have to travel to another town every day for some reason, but are not allowed to on the grounds that you are registered as living in a so-called 15-minute city? Here's a dystopian plot that may not be so far-fetched. Now you are living in a 15-minute city. You can run errands in your neighborhood because everything you need is here, right? You don't have to leave your neighborhood. You don't need to drive a car, but we are going to do you some favors. You are allowed to visit other neighborhoods, but only a certain number of times a month. You can drive a car if you want, but with limited annual mileage. If you exceed the limit, that is a breach of city policy, and you will be fined. Concern number 6. Is life only about what you need? The concept is all about what you need, but not about what you want. So, is your everyday life all about what you need? Food, clothing, shelter, healthcare and education? Or parks for leisure, exercising, or socializing? Do you like it when only the things you're supposed to need are catered to, but what you want is ignored? What if you want a swimming pool, but city planners don't think it's necessary? My life is not just about what I need. It's a complex web of needs, desires, dreams, and ambitions. Life is about the pursuit of goals for many people, a sense of duty to others, and for some, pure hedonism. What sounds ridiculous to others might be important to me, really. Historically, top-down agendas have resulted in things like mandatory participation. Consider the recent lockdown for COVID-19. I'm afraid that people or organizations in power, whether administrative or judicial or of any other type, will impose compliance with the agenda for what they consider the greater good. The 15-minute city concept must not be used as a top-down agenda. It shouldn't be a goal to achieve or a socially agreed upon value. Instead, it should be prudently used as a reference for urban planning. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.